What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel where I inspire your desire to be great. Had to drag that out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching another video. You guys, to my amazing supporters, thank you guys so much for your amazing support. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Check out all my other videos. And before I get into today's video, if you haven't seen part 1 of this video, make sure you go and check it out. Relationship 101 is pretty much part 1 of this relationship series on my channel. I told y'all I'm introducing a new series on my channel called Relationship 101. And just a disclaimer for those of y'all that have y'all opinions, which I probably don't care about anyway, I promised myself that I will never bring up my past unless I'm using it to help somebody else. So the only reason why this video was dropped, this video is out, is to help other people that has gone through same thing that I've gone through in this video. Okay, so moving on. I know why you guys clicked on this video. Y'all see the title. I was a side chick. Not something to be proud about, but I'm gonna use it to help somebody else, right? So met another guy on MySpace after meeting one on MySpace already. And I know y'all probably, some of y'all don't even know what MySpace is. It's funny, but if y'all don't know what MySpace is, it's almost like Facebook. It was a social media before Twitter, before Facebook, before Instagram. Basically, that's what it was. So met on MySpace, whatever, exchanged contacts, talked here and there for maybe like, I don't remember how long, I'm not gonna lie, but I know it wasn't that long, and we started dating. Whatever. After we started dating, of course, like a few months went by before we met in person and like saw each other in the flesh. So saw each other in the flesh. No, but before we met in person, like we talked on the phone a lot, we communicated through MySpace a lot, but of course communicating like via telephone and through social media is not really the best way to get to know somebody. So fast forward, we met in person. After meeting in person, we started hanging out like a lot more. It wasn't easy, of course, because like I told y'all in my first video, like I was new to the dating thing. I didn't know how my mom would feel if she knew that I was in a relationship, stuff like that. Like that was something my mama never sat down and talked to me about. Like, okay, you're old enough to be dating now. This is a good age. Like she never sat down and talked to me about stuff like that. So I was scared, and I kept this relationship, of course, from her or whatever. So started hanging out. As we started hanging out, of course, during my time, I don't know if they still have it now, we had what was called all ages parties. So all ages parties between the age of 12, the youngest, but I've never really seen 12-year-olds at these parties, but 13 and 21 you could party together or whatever. So we used to go to parties together a lot, or there were times we went months without talking, but I would see him at or not months, but weeks without talking, but I would definitely see him at a party, whatever. So been at a party, like we were dating, whatever. So fast forward, I'm not sure how, like the time frame in my mind is not all like 100%, but I just want to share the story with y'all so y'all could get where I'm coming from here. So fast forward, dating, getting to know each other, partying, like, you know, building this relationship that I thought was a relationship, right? Found out about the main chick, okay? I didn't really believe it when I found out about her, so I continued the relationship. How I found out about her, her cousin went to my school. Her cousin approached me saying, oh, you messing with my cousin's man, this and this and this. She wants to fight you, this and this. They wanted to jump me, all of this crap, all of this drama. Never happened. So fast forward, that same day after the cousin confronted me saying, oh, you're messing with my cousin's man, this and this and this. Her cousin didn't go to my school, by the way, so I was never confronted by the main chick. So fast forward, after the cousin confronted me, I went home because I'm not the type of person that just react based off of what you tell me. I like finding out facts for myself. So I went home, called him, and I was like, yo, there's this girl at my school. This is her name. She's saying this, her cousin, whatever. Y'all been together for 3 years, y'all. 3 years. Okay, yes, 3 years. That's crazy, right? 3 years. So I asked him, I said, who's this girl? Like, people are saying y'all been together. Well, this girl's cousin is saying, y'all were together for 3 years, yada, yada, yada. Me and you've been together for almost a year now. So, like, what's going on? So he's like, oh, no, don't believe them, this and this and this. It's a lie. He told me all of these lies that brainwashed me to just block out everything they said and not believe nothing that they said. Cool. Crazy thing is, a little bit after, like, all of this unfolded, we didn't talk for like weeks, okay, which probably means he was giving his attention to the main chick and whatever and whoever else was in the picture, right? So of course we stopped talking. We didn't like officially break up, but again, there was like a long break between us like talking and stuff like that. We were still in a relationship technically at the time, but there was a long break between us talking. Started talking again. He was just like, I'm sorry that they accused me and her of being together, this and this. I told you it wasn't true. We haven't talked, this and this and this. Like, he came back around with the sad story, whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. So we started talking again and stuff like that, right? As we started talking again, I met another side chick, okay, while he was in a relationship with this other girl for 3 years, because they were still together. But I found out all of this stuff after. So hold the thought of the main chick that's been in the picture for 3 years, right? So we were at a party together or whatever. After the party, like, we were just chilling. The party was about to end and stuff like that. So this girl passed by. He says hi, whatever. So I'm like, who's that? So he's like, oh, that's my ex. Cool. Crazy thing is, there was a couple other exes in that party, and I was like, dang, he got more exes than tic-tac-toe. Like, everybody's just his ex, right? That should have been a red flag for me, that there's a lot of females in the picture. But at the time, I was young, I was dumb, I was a freshman in high school, I wasn't getting the picture, right? So fast forward, after all of this has already unfolded, right, me still believing that I'm the main chick. Me and my friends used to do what's called radio shows back in high school. That was where you had like an online radio show, pretty much. I think you could still do it nowadays, but me and two of like my best friends at the time, we had radio shows going and stuff like that. So we used to put like the number online and told people to call in this and this and this. So of course, like, people would call in and they would say this, they would say that, we would talk, yada yada yada, this and this and this. Never forget this radio show, y'all. I'm thankful that it still might be on the internet, but I'm not going to tell y'all how to find it. So I never forget radio show. Me and my friend is hosting a radio show and stuff like that. So finally people call in. One guy called in. That was my homie. Like, he was my homie. Like, after that conversation, after that radio show, like, we really became homies. And I believe we became homies because he kept it real with me and he told me the truth about everything, even though it was embarrassing. So he was trying to holler at me on the radio show and stuff like that. So I wasn't having it. I was like, oh, do you know? I'm laughing because it's just ridiculous. So I was like, oh, do you know who my man is? This and this and this, yada, yada, yada. And then he's like, who? So I was like, oh, you should know, blah, 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 blah. Like, we're at parties together all the time, this and this and this. So he was like, just say who it is. Like, I can't play this guessing game, this and that. So I said who it was. And him and the two other guys that had called in on the radio show, y'all, they laughed at me for like a minute straight. Like, no joke. Like, they completely laughed at me. And I was like, why are y'all laughing? Like, I remember after I got off the radio show, I was so embarrassed. Like, it was so embarrassing. And I was like, why are y'all laughing? And then they were like, because he has a whole girlfriend. And I was like, no, I am his girlfriend. Like, what are y'all talking about, this and this and this? And at the time, I was a really cocky girl. So I was cocky as ever on that radio show. And I was like, no, like, I'm his girlfriend. I don't know what you're talking about, this and this and this. So they were like, no, him and this girl is boyfriend and girlfriend. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, they've been rocking for 2 years, this and this and this. And then they started stating like all these facts, and all the facts added up. And I felt just so stupid. Like, when I tell you I felt stupid, I felt so stupid. And I was like, oh my God, I should have just listened. Like, just with the few red flags that was already there, right? Cool. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I was young and naive, okay? So, fast forward now, the radio show ends. I'm like crying to my friends, like, yo, I can't believe this, yada, yada, yada. I'm telling my best friends because they already knew about like what had already unfolded about him and the other girl that was in a relationship for 3 years. Her cousin wanting to fight me. Everybody that he was saying hi to at the party was his ex every time I asked who it was. All of this crazy stuff happening, right? So, then did I even confront him about it? I think I did end up confronting him about it or whatever, saying like, yo, what is this I'm hearing? Like, you and this girl is together. When I saw you at the party with her, like when she passed by and said hi, I asked you who she was. You said she was just your ex. All of this stuff. Like what is this? So eventually he's like, no, it's not like that. Yada, yada, yada. Right? Cool. As far as I was concerned, after all of this happened, like we were still together. I just was believing everything he was telling me. Like he just kept lying and lying and lying and lying and lying. Like, no, you're my only girl, this and this and this. All of them are my exes. They just want me back. They just mad because everything didn't work out, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, no. First of all, they don't know about me. Second of all, people not just gonna make up stuff that you're in a relationship with these girls. And those girls were like known. Like they were girls that were known. I wasn't that known. Like I said, the only people that knew me from my brother. Like I was just popular because of my brother in high school and stuff like that. So I remember like after that situation happened, I was hurt, y'all. Like I was sad. I don't know. I felt worthless. I felt played. I felt confused. Like I wasn't really sure like of myself anymore after that. So I remember like I was still like holding on to the relationship almost because like I said, I was lied to a whole lot in this relationship. Like, oh, you're my only girl. Like I want to be with you. This and like just a whole bunch of lies. Y'all know the lies that guys and girls tell each other. So I was just constantly lied to and stuff like that, right? So I'll never forget this day. I was at the track with one of my best friends and we was practicing because I was doing track and field in high school at the time when we were practicing or whatever. Get this phone call at the track and then this guy calls me, y'all, and he's like, and he tells me, why are you, he says to me, why are you telling everybody that we're together? After all of this stuff that we've been through, he begged me to forgive him. He said everything that people are saying is not true, yada, 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 right? So he calls me, like I said, while I'm at the track practicing, he's like, why are you telling people that we're together? And I said, oh, we're not. And remind you, I hadn't heard from him in a while. And I'm like, oh, we're not. And then he was like, no. And I was just like, okay. And that was like the last time I spoke to him for a while. And I remember that day, like I just felt sick. I couldn't even practice anymore. I couldn't do nothing, like y'all, because I don't know, like he really had my hopes up, like had me thinking I was the only girl, had me thinking he was being loyal, had me thinking he was being faithful, had me thinking like so many different things that just wasn't really there. So fast forward now, like of course, after he called me, he broke up with me. Like I was just completely depressed. I felt stupid, whatever. We never talked for like a long time after that. Like I pretty much just like kept to myself and all of this stuff. Then I remember like months went by, then he calls me, then he tried to get back with me. And then I was just like, no, like everything, you've already like crushed my feelings, crushed my emotions, crushed all the hopes that I had with you. How you gonna call me to try to get back with me? So I was just like, nah, like I don't really think I want to be with you and stuff like that. Fast forward, Facebook comes around now. So of course, like he become my friend on Facebook, all of this stuff. And he was constantly in my DMs, like just trying to get back with me, trying to get back with me, trying to get back with me. While he was trying to get back with me, I'm trying to move on. But as I'm trying to move on, it's like I was just torn between like, okay, do I want to move on? Do I want to give him another chance? He played me so many times. Like it was just a lot of things going through my head. So that's the story of me being the side chick for 2 years. But eventually, like I just made the decision to like just cut the relationship off, move on, and walk away. And the crazy thing is I ran into this person like 3 years ago, and they tried to get with me again, like, and I was like, no, I'm getting married next year, like no. And he was so like surprised, and yeah, whatever. You ain't getting back with me, dude. You played me like so many times, and it's okay. It made me a better person. It made me a stronger person. And now I'm able to help other people because all of that happened. So I told y'all this story, and I told y'all this story because I want to teach y'all a lot from it. There's a lot of things you could really learn from this story. And I'm going to tell y'all what. First of all, and it's similar, some of the lessons, of course, are similar from the last video, but there's also new, fresh lessons to be learned. First of all, build a friendship. Like, when you're going to get in a relationship, before you get into a relationship with somebody, build a friendship with them. Get to know them. What do they like? What they don't like? All of that stuff. Like, really get to know them. Who are they? Who are they in different environments? Because sometimes you could think, oh, when it's just you and them alone, they're the most loyal person in the world. But when they at a party, when they're at school, when they're in a different environment, their loyalty doesn't remain the same because they're around different people. So it is very important that whoever's watching this video, if you're serious about finding a relationship or being in a relationship with somebody, before you get in a relationship with them, build a friendship. Don't just meet somebody online, saying, oh, you're dating, oh, this is, no, don't do that. Build a friendship with them. Really, really, like, get to know them and stuff like that. And when I say get to know them, I mean get to know them. That's number one. Number two, well, funny, like, number two is the same, is similar to what I just said. Truly get to know somebody before you even get into a relationship with them. Number three, get to know yourself, y'all. I didn't make time to know myself in high school. And that's the most, personally, I believe that's one of the most important times of your life, to get to know yourself. Know what you like, know what you don't like, know what you would want in somebody, know what you wouldn't want in somebody. Think about your future. Don't feel like, oh, my future is so far ahead, yada, 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 I got time. No, like, really get to know yourself. And I feel like that's what affected me a lot in my previous relationships. I never got the chance to know myself. What did I like? What did I want in what did I want for myself? What did I want in a man? Okay. 4, define your values, y'all. This is so important. And I could tell y'all this, that is so important, because it really makes or breaks. It's really going to make or break your relationship. I remember, like, when I was a freshman in high school, around the same time, my mom gave me this book to read, and I think it was called The Virtuous Girl or something like that. And I was like I read maybe like the first 2 pages, and I was like, I'm not reading this book. But looking back, I really should have read that book, because if I had read the book at an earlier time, I think I did end up reading the book eventually, but it was too late. If I had read the book earlier, I would have known to, like, define my values, what's important to me: marriage, being abstinent, God, making sure, like, the other person have, the same values that I have the same beliefs that I have, all of that stuff. So it's very important when you're getting in a relationship, or before you get in a relationship, make sure you establish values and principles for your own life. Number 5, it's okay to just be friends with somebody, y'all. Like, it's totally okay. And thinking back, I probably was pressured to be in that relationship a little bit, because that's just how guys are. That's how guys can be. They feel like they could never just be friends. And I remember, like, I had guy friends that, like, cut me off, and they didn't want to be friends with me anymore because they couldn't just be friends. Like, they wanted to be more than friends, but I was just like, no, like, let's just be friends. In any relationship, it's okay to just be friends. And a lot of people feel like it's not okay to just be friends. No, it's okay to just be friends. Just get to know somebody, just hi and bye, talk to them here and there, hang out with them, go places with them, this and this and this, without fully committing yourself to them. Okay. Number 6, don't waste your time, y'all. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. I can't emphasize on this enough. If somebody is not what you want, if they don't have the values that you have, if they're not what you're looking for, don't waste your time. Don't try to make somebody into something that you want them to be. See, I wasted my time because I was trying to make him a loyal person that he wasn't. He wasn't a loyal person, and I had to just accept that, let it go, and move on. Okay, don't waste your time. If somebody show you who they are, believe them. Okay, if they paint a certain picture of themselves, don't try to repaint that picture of who they are. They themselves are showing you who they are. Take it for what it is. I need to drink some water. Next lesson. When you are looking for a partner, a significant other, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, be careful not to tell somebody what you want. Like, it's okay to highlight here. And I'm going to try to get y'all to understand this the best that I can. It's okay to be like, okay, this is what you're looking for and stuff like that. But make sure you pay close attention to the person, because sometimes you could tell somebody that this is what I want, and they pretend to be that, and then over time you find out that's not who they are. And there's nothing worse and more disappointing than that. It's nothing worse than you telling somebody, oh, I'm looking for a loyal man, this and this and this. And when you say loyal, you're not talking about being loyal for 2 months and that's it. No, you're talking about loyal for a long period of time, where the relationship can be strong, where the relationship can be stable, where you can be happy in that relationship. Be careful when you're telling somebody what you're looking for in someone, that they don't pretend to be that person for a short time. Because a lot of people, and I'm sure y'all comment below if y'all could relate to this, people pretend, like people really do pretend. And I've been in that situation multiple times, where like you tell a guy like, oh, this is what I'm looking for, I want a guy that's like this, I want a guy that's like that, and they pretend whether you say you want a man with money, they pretend that they're making the most money. They're gonna tell you how they working overtime, they working this, they got 3 jobs, yada yada yada, but they still broke. Just because you got 3 jobs, that don't mean you got money. Just because you working overtime, that don't mean you got money. Okay, you could tell them, oh, I want somebody that's loyal, this and this and this. They'll be loyal for the period of y'all talking, maybe for like 6 months. And then once y'all get in a relationship, that loyalty is gone. Or they're loyal when it's just you and them. But once they get around their friends, they're trying to impress their friends and stuff like that, then all of a sudden they're no longer loyal. Okay, so be careful not to, when you do express to somebody, or if you do express to somebody what you're looking for in a partner, that they don't pretend to be that, because most of the time that's where people get disappointed. And the next one is, people will always try to run back. And I can only speak from a female perspective. All the guys that I've been with, once I've like moved on or whatever, they always try to come back. But you have to be emotionally strong. Don't get me wrong, you could give them a chance to prove themselves, to, you know, make up for whatever they did and all of that stuff. But if you see that you took them back the first time, but you're still seeing signs of the same behavior that you addressed, over time you're eventually gonna have to let them go. Because most of the times, and y'all, I know y'all gonna be able to relate to this, okay? People will change for a short period of time. They will pretend. They'll tell you, oh yeah, I'm being loyal, this and this and this. But they're only being loyal so that you could take them back. Then once you take them back, they go back to being disloyal. I'm sure y'all have been in that situation where you tell somebody like, look, I don't like this about you. I don't like this that you're doing, right? And then they're like, oh, okay. And then they change for a little bit. Then as soon as you take them back, they go right back to what they used to be. Right back to exactly what you already told them about. So be careful, like even when they come running back. And sometimes, especially men, I don't know from a woman perspective, I'm not sure, and I'm not saying it's just men. It's possible that women are like that, but as a female, and I say this humbly, I've never been a female to be like, oh, I'm running back to you, or I'm asking you to take me back. But then again, I've never really been the one to have them walk away from me, so I don't know what it's like. But I've always been the one to be like, I'm cutting ties, I'm done, or whatever. So just be careful that they'll always run back. But when they run back, if you decide to take them back, make sure they correct the mistakes that you addressed to them. So this video is long enough. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Stay tuned for the next video, Relationship 103. Relationship 103 is going to be crazy. Like, I'm telling y'all, this is just a build up. Like, I'm just scratching the surface of relationship right now. Because like I told y'all, I've been through a lot relationship wise. I've been through enough relationship wise where I could talk about this and I could really help a lot of people as far as relationship is concerned. So stay tuned for Relationship 103. And I'm debating if I should tell y'all what Relationship 103 is gonna be, but I'm not gonna tell y'all. So stay tuned. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment below if you could relate to any of these things when it comes to relationship that I'm talking about, because I know I'm not the only one that has been through these experiences. So that's my story of being the side chick for almost 2 years. And that's my story. Well, not my story, but those are the lessons that I learned from being in that situation. I really hope this video can help somebody. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment below. Share this video. If y'all have any, like, I guess, questions relationship-wise, leave a comment below. Y'all could contact me through social media or however y'all choose to contact me. But just let me know. Also, if y'all have anything y'all want me to talk about relationship wise as these videos unfold, please feel free to leave a comment below and let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's interesting, and I'm telling y'all, I'm just scratching the surface of relationships right now. I got a ton of crazy, interesting, exciting, happy like stories for y'all. Like, I have content for days on relationships. So we doing this whole relationship marathon right now, and I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and comment below if you know what it's like to be a side chick, I guess. And looking back, like I said, it doesn't mean anything to me right now. Like, it's not anything, like, I'm not saying I'm proud of it or whatever, but I could definitely say that I learned from it, and that's why I'm using this video to help somebody else. So thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video, relationship 103. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And to my amazing supporters, thank you guys so much for your amazing support. If you are new to my channel, do me a favor, help get this channel to reach 1 million people, 1 million subscribers. So click the red button below, subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video where I inspire your desire to be great.